What grip should I use? Continental, Eastern, semi-Western, semi-Eastern, whatever. I don't know what other grips there are. Hammer grip, tomahawk grip.
Googly bear grip.
Googly bear grip, I don't know. Okay, but this video, we are going to show you every single grip that players use, and we're going to explain why Caden and I use the grips that we use. It's definitely scenario based on what kind of shot that I'm actually hitting, and it's really important to understand and grasp why we actually hit these shots this way. And hopefully by the end of this video, you for yourself can determine and practice the kinds of grips that you'll be using for more effective play. All right, whether you're a beginner player or an advanced player, this is really important. Again, it's important to understand why we use what. So what I recommend to most players is the continental grip or something really close to it, maybe slightly Eastern. And for me, when I'm at the kitchen line, we're gonna start right here. I like to be in continental. The reason why, players will call this the hammer grip. This is the one they use if you're nailing a hammer. The reason why is it actually gives me fairly comfortable access to my forehand volleys and my backhand volleys, okay? That's really important. And it also gives me very comfortable dinks on both sides. So this is why the continental grip up at the line, this is the grip I do use fairly often for dinks and volleys. So just really quick here, if I'm in a dink rally, so I'm in continental right now, and these are more lift dinks. Continental grip also works well for slice dinks as well. So you can see me slice some of these balls on the forehand and the backhand, and if we get into a hands battle, okay, my continental grip is very natural because I can easily get to my backhand and forehand. Now, the benefit of the continental is that we are in a strong backhand grip, and we're gonna be taking a lot of volleys at our body, protecting our body. You will see a lot of this in this game, so that's why I use that here. All right, now let's get Caden's take when he's up at the kitchen line.
All right, I am actually in that slight Eastern grip that we showed earlier on in this video. The reason why I use it is to just get a little bit more spin on my forehand rolls, and believe it or not, it is the closest thing to continental, so it doesn't really take anything away from me on my backhand side. So it just gives me a little bit more on my forehand without me giving up anything on my backhand side, which I'm perfectly okay with. So it's not gonna be as, crazy with spin in terms of the Eastern grip, and you're probably not going to be as solid or as comfortable hitting the backhand. But if you are, comfortable with maneuvering your wrist back and forth, which I am, I can be in this Eastern grip and use both just fine with this slightly Eastern grip.
Before we move on, I know a lot of you may struggle with the strategy of how to attack and how to create offense once you actually get up to the net. Luckily, we've created a specific attacking masterclass to teach you exactly what you should be looking for. It's completely free. Just click in the link in the description below or go to attackmasterclass.com. All right, so that's generally up at the non-volley zone line for Caden and I, but now we're gonna jump into super specific times I would actually switch grips. Now, I'm in the continental, Caden is in that slight Eastern. Those two are very, very close. Now, when am I going to be using more of an Eastern grip, okay, which is further over, is when I'm hitting topspin, okay? And I'm gonna show you why really quick. Here I got a Topspin Pro, link in the description. If you wanna actually work on your topspin shots, this is a great tool. But I'm going to show you whether I'm hitting a speed up from the non-volley zone or a swinging volley or anything like that. This is my continental grip, and I'm just gonna place my feet like if I was speeding up the ball or something, right? And I'm gonna place my feet like so, and I'm in my continental grip right now. So with this position, how my wrist is right now, that's my continental. Now, when I go to an Eastern grip, okay, that's what my paddle looks like, okay? So what that does is it closes that paddle face. Now, yes, can you actually stay in continental and manipulate your wrist? Yes, you can. But again, just like Caden said, the reason why we switch grips or why it's a little bit easier on your wrist is because we actually close that paddle face. So that's Eastern, and then this is continental. So That's why personally for me, when I'm hitting any topspin shots, and just in general, you know, we're gonna watch this video through and we're gonna do all these different shots and scenarios, but in general, if I'm applying topspin on the ball, for me personally, I like to slightly switch my grip so that it's easier on my wrist. So what does that actually look like in actual gameplay? Well, Caden and I are going to play out a couple points. Here we go. Come on, Caden. We're gonna actually dink a little bit. Now, when I am dinking topspin, go out and check out some of our videos on topspin, but when I'm dinking in topspin, I actually like to be in an Eastern grip. So how does that actually look? I'm actually in a continental right now, but if I see a ball that I'm gonna topspin, like that one, I actually have gotten used to switching my grip very slightly and very quickly, right? So from continental, I could go to Eastern, but this is what it's gonna look like. Dink to my forehand, Caden. Here we go. So that's that Eastern, Eastern, Eastern. Okay, and then if I have to hit a backhand, I'm back in continental, and I can hit my slice, or I can hit my two-handed backhand. Now, what am I on my two-handed backhand? Whether I'm driving, speeding up, I actually am in that continental grip, and I just put my left hand on top. But anytime I'm hitting my forehand topspin balls, like a topspin dink right here, or a topspin speed up, here we go, Caden, right? I am actually going to be in that Eastern grip. So what do I do right after, and what makes it a little bit tough when I'm doing that is I have two options, right? If I leave a ball a little bit higher, if I speed up, Caden, and your counter's coming back, I have to stay in that Eastern grip, or I could put another hand on it, or I have to actually switch back to continental right after my speed up. And that's actually what I do. So here's a little example of that. I'm gonna be speeding up from the forehand side. So I'm in Eastern, Eastern again. Oh. Okay, but I actually, in that, or right after that speed up, I actually dropped right back to continental because I know that I'm most likely gonna have to take a backhand volley. So does it take, you know, a lot of practice to be consistently switching your grips? Of course, but again, the benefit is when I'm switching to more of that Eastern, I can actually close that paddle face and get easier topspin as I'm swinging up on the ball. Now, let's get Caden's thoughts for his speed ups and topspin shots.
Okay, so for my speed ups and for my topspin shots, I'm in this slightly Eastern grip. That may sound a little repetitive to you, but it's true. And the reason for that is, like I said, the topspin and the spin. So this slightly Eastern grip just allows me to roll on that ball a little bit more, create a little bit more action on it, and it's the grip for me.
Slight Eastern is so close to continental, but he doesn't have to change. So
nope.
It makes it a lot easier on him and for him. And I don't know what he's doing right now, but that's what he does. And again,
I like it a lot.
We're gonna go through all the other shots here, and towards the end, we're gonna actually give a little wrap up and gonna explain what might be better for you. All right, we'll keep the chronological order going. I'm gonna show you what I do for my serve, and then we'll get to Caden. So I am in the Eastern grip.
Surprise, surprise.
Just like I said on the serve. Now this really allows me to close that.
This guy loves his topspin.
Paddle head. And again, some players in today's game are in that semi-Western, which even closes it more. Now, if you are a tennis player or used to, you know, really having that semi-Western grip, that's definitely an option. But for most players, I would actually recommend the slight Eastern or Eastern. I'm in a full Eastern grip. So here we go. And wasn't the deepest serve, but here we go again. A little bit better, huh?
That one was pretty good.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, Caden.
All right, again, I'm in my slightly Eastern grip. A little bit more spin, but yeah, I just, you know, it just feels right. Yep, one closed, and let's go. The old faithful one open. Oh, yeah, that was just...
Nice.
Just hits home.
Yeah, so either way, again, we are slightly away from continental. Obviously, I'm a little bit further away, but that allows us to easier get that, you know, motion that we need and actually roll over when we need to create that spin. All right, so while we're here, obviously I just wanna quickly, we're gonna talk about drives and returns. Okay, Caden? So to just save some time on my drives, I stay in that Eastern grip, and when I'm returning with topspin on my forehand, Eastern grip. If I'm gonna return slice, I'm gonna be in that continental. Caden, where are you for your returns and drives?
Yeah, this is actually the first time that I'm not going to be saying the same thing, but I actually like to be in the slightly Eastern grip for my returns and my my drives as well.
Okay. So it is the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing I just quickly want to talk about is the backhand side. What do we do on the backhand? So when I am hitting more of a slice drop, you know, something like this with my paddle face open and I'm trying to get it down, I'm actually in continental. And for those of you who are working on your slice, that continental grip allows you to get that paddle face open where you need it to go. And when I'm hitting a two-handed backhand drive, I'm also in continental. So it's really easy for me after I serve or my partner serves and that return is coming, I'm in that continental. And if I choose to hit a two-handed drive or drop or a one-hander, I'm in that continental backhand. Caden, where are you for your backhand side?
Yeah, so I use the one and the two on the backhand side. And this one actually may shock you guys, but I'm in the slightly Eastern grip. And so for the two, you know, I just manipulate my wrists a little bit more. And then for the one, when I'm slicing through and dropping, I'll probably be in that slightly Eastern grip as well. Not probably, definitely will be. But, you know, yeah, I just like that grip. It's a good grip. And don't worry, guys. There's a little bit of grip change in my life. Just hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
All right, stay tuned. All right, ladies and gents, now we're gonna hop back up to the non-volley zone. Kind of forgot to mention this, but hey, we're just gonna slinky back up here on the backhand side. Okay,
We're so back.
We're talking about the backhand. Okay, out of the air. First, we're gonna talk about the actual backhand flick. We have a video on that, so make sure you check that out. The backhand flick or the topspin roll volley. So for me, I actually use the Eastern backhand grip. And again, this is what allows me, if you kind of think about it like this, on the forehand, lots of players use that Eastern grip. It closes that paddle face a bit. On my backhand, it does this, it has the same effect because I'm actually rotating my paddle the other way. So for my flicks and for my rolls, I actually like to use an Eastern backhand grip. So for the flicks and rolls, I would, you know, recommend most players to either just stay in continental or you can try this, but this is how I do it, all right? So I'm gonna take a couple backhand flicks here. Been working on that shot.
Shoot.
Just leaning it.
Whoa!
And then here's my roll here. So if it's a little lower, I need to hit a longer stroke up. Okay, so that's my roll volleys and my backhand flicks. Lastly, my two-handed dinks here and my two-handed speed ups from the line. So I'm in continental for these. And obviously I want to get that over the net. But I've been working on my two-handed roll dinks here, but I am in continental. I have my left hand on top and also for my speed ups as well. So on my backhand side at the line, those are my choices. That's what I do. And again, just like my forehand side, what do I do after I hit a flick or a roll here? I will hop right back into continental because I know that the counter is going to come. So for example, here I'm going to do a quick flick here, Caden, and then we'll play it out. Okay, so I'm actually back in continental. Ooh.
Oh, you weren't expecting that?
Oh my gosh, filthy. Filthy.
It was out.
Yeah, that's what he says. But anyways, that's where I am. And again, this allows me to close that paddle face so I don't have to actually turn my wrist as much. If I was in slightly Eastern, which we'll see. Get Caden's thoughts on this.
All right, it sounded a little bit like Jordan was judging me for my slightly Eastern grip. So, since he was judging me for it, when I am hitting this backhand flick or this backhand roll, believe it or not, I'm actually in a slightly Eastern grip. So I'm manipulating my wrist a little bit more. I am not laughing because this is serious, all right? But I do use this slightly Eastern grip here, and I stay in this grip for forehand and backhand side, just to generate a little bit of spin. I managed to get away with manipulating my wrist a little bit more than others, I would say, but even in this slightly Eastern grip, I still make it work. So flicks, oh yeah, good flicks. Good flicks,
and then
some good rolls. Whoa, nope, that was out. So we're not worried about that guy over there. All right, and then of course, you know, when you're utilizing both shots, it is okay to use this slightly Eastern grip. So don't let anyone judge you, because we love you for who you are.
All right, folks, so hopefully if you made it to the end of this video, we really appreciate it, but it depends. It depends on what kind of shots you are hitting. Top spin, if you're hitting slice, if you're hitting more flat, and also kind of depends on your comfortability. Again, for Caden, he is used to really kind of turning that wrist in for a lot of his backhand shots, because really you are in Eastern. It makes sense for you to be in that slight Eastern on your forehand side, but it's the backhand side shots where, like for me, for my counters up at the line, you know, it's very, very comfortable for me to be in that continental. But if you can manage to stay in an Eastern or slight Eastern for the majority of your shots, it's obviously less going on.
Yeah.
And probably a little bit easier because I'm switching grips all the time. Anything you want to tell the viewers, Ken?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, for me, playing at the pro level, the game is fast, and, you know, I've gotten very comfortable with one grip and being able to utilize all my shots with this one grip. Now, I'm not opposed to changing my grip. I found success with something that I like. So this is kind of a sign to you guys to experiment. You know, use your guys' open play or your practice to try new things, find what works for you. Everyone is different. Everyone is their own individual. So don't feel like what I say is law. Don't feel like what he is saying is law. Try both of our strategies out. Maybe give it a go, and beat your friends while you're at it.
He doesn't have to change. So
nope.
It makes it a lot easier on him and for him. And I don't know what he's doing right now, but that's what he does. And again,
I like it a lot.